I hadn't meant to leave my wedding ring on the kitchen counter that night. It wasn't a statement, wasn't some calculated rebellion. It slipped off while I was washing the dishes, and I set it down without a second thought. But when I returned hours later, after everything had unfolded, the symbolism hit me. My marriage, my trust, my identity as a husband, all of it laying cold and forgotten on the countertop, just like that simple band of gold. Anna and I have been married for 7 years. 7 years of shared bills, family dinners, and quiet rituals that stitched our lives together. On the surface, everything seemed fine. She still kissed me goodbye in the mornings. We still shared wine on Friday nights. But recently, something fell off. She spent more time on her phone, laughing at messages she refused to show me. Her late nights at work became frequent, and a new perfume lingered in the hallways long after she slipped through the door past midnight. I told myself not to be paranoid. I told myself I trusted her. But deep down, unease gnawed at me. One evening, she said casually, "I'll be home late again. Big project at work." She kissed my cheek, grabbed her bag, and left. But there was something in the way she avoided my eyes, something in the tension in her voice, that made me decide to follow her. I wasn't ready for the truth, but I knew I needed it. It didn't take long to confirm my suspicions. I parked a few blocks away from the upscale restaurant where she claimed she'd be meeting clients. From across the street, I saw her step out of her car, not in professional attire, but a short black dress I'd never seen before. Her hair was styled, lips painted a bold red she never wore around me. And then he appeared, a man I didn't know. He greeted her with a smile that was anything but friendly. When he leaned in to kiss her, right there in the open, my chest collapsed, my stomach twisted, but I couldn't look away. It was like watching a slow-motion accident. You couldn't stop it. That night, I didn't confront her. I couldn't. I drove home, sat in the dark, staring at the ring on my finger, wondering when it stopped meaning anything to her. 2 nights later, it happened again. Anna told me she'd be working late. She kissed me lightly, as though I were a stranger, and left. I went into the kitchen, trying to distract myself with dishes. My ring slipped off in the soap, loose, and I set it on the counter. Something inside me snapped. I grabbed my jacket, drove to the same restaurant, this time without hiding. Across the street, she sat with him, leaning close, her hand resting on his as though it belonged there. Rage and heartbreak hit me in a wave. I didn't want to cry in public, didn't want strangers to witness me breaking. So I drove home, chest burning, mind spiraling. When Anna returned that night, I was in the kitchen. The ring gleamed under the dim light. She froze. "Why are you awake?" she asked, voice too casual, eyes flicking to counter. I nodded toward the ring. "You tell me, Anna. Why bother wearing it anymore?" Her face paled. "What are you talking about?" I laughed bitterly. "Don't insult me. I followed you. I saw you with him." She opened her mouth, closed it, then whispered, "It's not what you think. Don't you dare say that." I snapped, voice shaking. "I watched you kiss him. I watched you hold his hand. You don't do that with a coworker." Tears welled, but not remorse, only fear. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered repeatedly. I slammed my hand on the counter. The ring rattled. You don't accidentally betray your husband. You don't accidentally throw away 7 years of marriage. For a moment, silence pressed down. She looked at me like a stranger, and I realized that maybe that's what she'd become. "I haven't been happy, Mark," she finally admitted. "I didn't know how to tell you. You're stable, dependable, but I needed more. He makes me feel alive." Her words cut deeper than any knife. Stable, dependable, like I was furniture she'd grown bored of. "So that's it." I asked hollow. "You cheat because I'm not exciting enough? You destroy everything we built for a thrill?" She flinched but didn't deny it. I picked up the ring from the counter, holding it between us. "This used to mean something. To me, it still does. To you, it's just jewelry." Her lips trembled. She reached out, but I stepped back. "Don't. You made your choice." That night, I packed a bag. She didn't stop me. Maybe she couldn't. Maybe she knew it was too late. I checked into a cheap motel and sat on the bed, staring at the ring in my hand. For the first time since I was 26, my finger felt bare. The next morning, I called a lawyer. I wanted a divorce. What happened next was predictable and yet shocking. When Anna realized I was serious, when the papers arrived and she saw I wasn't bluffing, she broke. She begged, cried, showed up at the motel pleading for another chance. "Mark, please. It was a mistake. He doesn't matter. It's always been you," she sobbed, clutching my hands. I looked at her, searching for the woman I'd married, but all I saw was the one who had chosen someone else. "You say it's me," I whispered, "but when you had the chance to prove it, you didn't. You left me for scraps of attention from a stranger. You don't get to come back now, scared of losing the life we built." Her tears fell harder, but I felt nothing. I set the ring on the table. Between us. This belonged to the man I was, the man who believed in us. I didn't know if I'd ever be him again. Then I walked away. The weeks that followed were brutal. I woke in a motel, the silence pressing, longing and hate tangled together. I missed her. I hated her. I wanted her back. I never wanted to see her again. Healing wasn't linear. Some nights I almost caved, almost called. But I pictured the night, the dress, the kiss, the lie, and remembered why I couldn't. Weeks later, I returned to the house to collect the last of my things. The ring still lay on the counter, untouched. I slipped it into my pocket, not to reclaim it, but as a reminder of who I had been, a man who loved fully, trusted completely, believed without question. That man had been broken. Yes, but he was still standing. And in the end, that was enough. Sometimes the end of marriage doesn't come with shouting or slammed doors. Sometimes it comes quietly, with a ring left on the counter, cold and forgotten, while the person you love is with someone else. But what followed changed me forever. It taught me love isn't clinging to someone who doesn't value you. It's finding the strength to let go, even when it shatters you. I walked out of that house for the last time, the ring heavy in my pocket, and realized I wasn't leaving with nothing. I was leaving with myself. And maybe, just maybe, that was the beginning of something new.